Let us begin.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 540. How Batman makes you a rich prick or asshole with the money signs. I guess that's the same thing. I don't know.
If he makes us rich, then we should all be Batman.
We should all strive to be Batman in one way or another. Probably not the violent way, but in the money-making way. Anyway, in case you haven't figured it out, this is from Liana K. This came out yesterday, in fact. So 30 minutes of Liana K.
Only Monday.
Being...
Is this a thing that she does every week?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't watch her. So
I don't know, but someone should tell her that that looks more like man boobs instead of muscles.
Well, she is a girl, so I don't mind. If she wants to show off her boobs in an anime format, that's cute. I don't mind.
Like she skipped the anatomy lesson.
She paid someone
Wow,
on Fiverr to do it for her.
Like
That's fine. I don't mind. It's cool.
I thought that was a mobile game.
Well,
Like the helmet.
Well, we did cover Liana K before. We don't remember exactly the video it was, but it was kind of weird, and we ultimately didn't like it. So I'm assuming...
Last video I remember of her was her trying to explain how it feels to be trans with some really stupid video game console controller analogy, and it's completely wrong. It's complete garbage. And it just hurt listening.
It was funny, yeah. I remember being...
Wasn't that the Smudcast?
Steady Wisp. We haven't started the video yet.
Yeah. So
I can hear your anger rising.
It's not anger. It's cringe pain. I don't derive joy from cringe like other people. I'm happy that you do. It's just pain for me. It's just a pain. I
stand corrected.
Okay. Well,
it's a sad world.
We got to get you
can't
some
laugh about cringe.
Some Irish cream liqueur, or maybe like Kahlua. Like just chill, nice, smooth, creamy flavor of choice, and just relax. That's what we got to get.
Kahlua sounds nice.
Kalua's, yeah. Kalua's usually nice. A nice flavor, nice coffee liqueur.
But what do I? Yeah, I think I still have some Baileys somewhere.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, perfect. I had some Irish cream today as well. 5 Farms, I believe. Anyway. Let's get in with the video. Half an hour and 30 seconds of Liana K. We're not going to cover it all today, I don't think, because it's Liana K. and she might drive us crazy, and we'll just stop and never cover it again. So, yeah.
Or maybe we'll agree.
I don't know. Who knows? She is a unique person. So let's get going.
You know how it is with broken clocks.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know when it's time.
I hate using this analogy, but you know how women have all these ideas all at once, and she's like throwing them at the screen, and like one of them is really good and the rest just keep coming. You're like, what? It's kind of like that. I can respect that. Anyway, let's keep going.
Gears keep turning.
Another Manly Monday, and I'm gonna try something here because I have noticed a pattern with Manly Monday that people who are not traditionally masculine tend to love Manly Monday. People who...
Like women?
Clearly consume a lot of manosphere content.
What?
Get triggered by Manly Monday. And...
brush your hair.
I'm good with that. I think that means I'm on the right track.
I feel like we just jumped in.
Manosphere content.
Oh, no, that's
just
stuff she does.
If you like that form of masculinity,
I have
you
no
like
idea
that
what that
messaging, there is plenty of that out there. Manly Mondays is designed to give an alternative to things like Pop Culture Addict, which is masculinity for people who don't fit in those manosphere boxes that isn't bullshit. Okay, so if you like manosphere content, right, Cthulhu?
No. Liana, you get that wrong. Manosphere content is not about for people who, whether they fit into it or not. It's meant to be something to aspire to.
Like bodybuilders?
So it's something to make yourself fit in. It's the softest part of it is clean your room.
Okay, all right.
Clean your room, exercise some.
Yeah.
Improve yourself. That's like the basic of it.
Okay, so the innocent stuff is all like good, healthy information. And
Yeah.
the extremes
and
of that
that's-
is like, I guess, pickup artistry or
Yeah, that's the dark. I'd say that's the darker,
The darker
the dark
side.
underbelly.
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what
And,
the manosphere is. So
And if you want, you can probably count the men into it that are sick of women because they got from one borderline girlfriend to the next 5 times in a row, and now think all women are like that. And that is an understandable reaction,
Well, aren't they?
because the women that get from one guy who beat them up to the next guy who beats them up 5 times in a row, they think that all men beat up women. It's the same fallacy. It's because you for some reason you are attracted to these people because they have some trait that you find attractive when it should be a red flag, and you need to figure out what that is, and then you start avoiding these types and find the better types of the respective sex. And that part of the manosphere is the all women are bad types, which is the same as the feminists with the all men are bad types.
yeah, I'm assuming it's just that every other group has its own extremes, but I don't really pay attention. I don't know what that is. I've heard of it, but other than that, not my wheelbarrow or wheelhouse.
Good part of it is mainly the just improve yourself, get your act together, stop whining.
Sure. Yeah.
And then eventually you will find someone who also cares for your inner deepest wounds.
Right.
That you can trust with.
Cool. Okay. Good enough.
Manosphere content. That's what it's there for. This is for other people. Don't be an asshole. If you like this content, help support this channel. Become a monthly patron at patreon.com/Liana K.
Oh, yes,
or buy a one-time Liana K
Okay.
session for someone who can use it but
Are
can't
we actually
afford
gonna
it.
see this cat?
Coffee.com/Liana K. Now, being an asshole. That's what this video is about. And
Uh-oh.
it's how Batman makes you an asshole.
Oh.
This is something I really struggle. You can tell, guys. You can tell I love my DC comics. I love my Marvel comics too. Wrong way, Captain America Shield. But I got a Batman Beyond that back there. You can tell I'm a pretty hardcore like Batman family fan. I loved the No Man's Land arc in comics, but after that, I started falling away from Batman. And I think it's part because the stories got more and more reductive. But I also got older and realized that emulating Batman, thinking like Batman, was making me accidentally an asshole. And so I started going like Superman, Captain America. I got the Spectre back there. Spectre, highly underrated character. If I could...
Okay, so this is what I mean by women talking. They just keep random ideas just jump into their brains and they express themselves, and you're listening to her like, what is your point?
Isn't this ADHD?
Maybe that's
Are you implying all women have ADHD?
Yes.
No, but it's a common trend with a lot of women I meet. They're very active and hyperactive in their brains. So anyway,
I think it's a scatterbrained.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, what about how Batman makes you an asshole? Like being Batman, thinking like Batman, or just reading and watching Batman stuff?
I think he's just channeling Batman like other women are channeling angels and stuff, and then turns into Batman, or what her idea of Batman is, and her idea of Batman is being an asshole, when that is not really the case.
Yeah, she'll get into why Batman's an asshole.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Right,
one
DC character. It'd be the fucking Spectre. I love the fucking Spectre. But I started weaning myself off Batman because I realized it was making me an asshole. Why? Because Batman's paranoid. Oh, but he's this, he's that. No. Batman. Fundamentals of Batman.
Relax.
He's the world's greatest detective, not the world's greatest paranoid recluse. And I'm hoping that the Robert Pattinson Batman films are starting him as the world's greatest paranoid recluse, and I hope that the fact he's a
What is she talking about right now? Yeah.
Batman is so wound up in his desire for justice that he's paranoid. and that's bad.
He's paranoid.
I guess.
That's why he doesn't kill. 'Cause he's that paranoid.
If you're a super smart, deadly dude who flies around in the night with ropes, and you knew like 1,000 different ways to kill a guy, and you always hold yourself back, you might be a little paranoid. You gotta restrain yourself. So, I'm not seeing a problem with that.
So what's she talking about?
I don't know. We don't know yet. We'll find out.
Shitty detective movie is the beginning of an arc of how he becomes the world's greatest detective. I'm hoping for that. That's my hope, okay?
Yeah, it's not gonna
my
happen.
hope, my hope. Here's the difference between Batman and Superman, okay?
What?
Batman spends his entire time trying to outsmart other people, not solving crimes, trying to predict contingencies. He has such a negative view of humanity when written in this particular asshole Batman.
Okay, you realize he's a crime fighter, right? He doesn't fight priests that are good. He fights potentially priests that are bad and conniving and smart. He's not Superman. He has to use his wits and set traps and plan these things out. That's like fighting any war or battle. You're not just, I'm going to punch him really hard. It's, I'm going to figure out when he's weak and find an opening. If you're in a, I don't know, boxing match or you're part of a battalion and you're fighting the enemy, it's all planning. Everything humanity does to fight and win is contingencies and planning and what happens if this goes wrong and That's
in a city that's 100% corrupt.
Right. This is
I was just
normal.
going to mention that.
This is normal. And if you're not constantly on the ball, you die, you lose, game over. Yeah, that would take a strain on anyone being a military strategist 24/7, who barely gets any sleep, who's at peak physical performance. You know, he has all these ideas of what to do when something goes wrong. It drives you crazy. I totally would get that.
Damn it. Can't find the Baileys, but I have found olive oil.
Okay. Healthier choice. Not the best, but
I don't know. I don't think it mixes well with hot chocolate.
you could try.
What?
Chocolate and olive oil.
I thought you were having tea.
I've seen people put olive oil
The caffeine
on cake
stuff.
before, chocolate cake. It does work, but maybe not.
Oh.
This must be a German thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. But Batman is not paranoid, Liana. He's just prepared. Preparing for eventualities when you're fighting super criminals that are also insane is a good thing.
Yeah, like when
It's
you're
having continued. It's basically the evil version would be Doctor Doom.
when
if
you're
I'm not mistaken.
logical, you don't take things personally. You have to have this really cold-hearted calculation about everything, because if you don't, you're gonna die. So you
Well,
have
considering this is like an everyday thing, every night thing, like, yeah, it's kind of understandable why he has that sort of perspective on the world.
sure, but this
Look,
is
Liana, when it turns out that you always over-prepare, then maybe you are paranoid. However, when your preparations always hold out, when they're always needed, it always turns out that preparation was necessary because it just saved my ass. And maybe it turns out that wasn't even enough. I somehow still lost because there was something I didn't calculate in. So I have to be even more prepared next time.
I kind of curious.
That's not paranoia. That's justified. Caution.
I'm kind of curious that she mentioned the world's greatest detective. It's just a title other people give him, but he still is one. He still is a detective, and all the detectives in fiction are, for the most part, either they come from a medical background or they're just a amateur. Like Sherlock was an amateur; he wasn't a part of the police force, but they put their intellect and logical deductive skills above all else. So you have to distance yourself from your personality and emotions to get accurate results, or else you haven't thought everything through. So
Sherlock was in the range of a universal genius, and Batman strikes the same vein.
I think all detectives, in every story, like they're, if you want to talk about archetypes, this is the classic archetype from Jung, the magician archetype, who is the ability to change reality or to bring about reality because they are so smart to figure out the plots of others. And they reveal it at the end. Batman is more of a fighter, a crime fighter, than he is more of than a detective, but some stories do focus on the detective elements. So in superhero comics, it's more fighting and an interesting physical foe. And yes, there is some crime, some forensics, and using your brain, but it's mostly how do I stop this evil villain who has this dastardly plan that no one else could stop. So
Room could work.
all right.
And kind of he has such a negative view of humanity that
Humanity?
he does
No.
things that actually preemptively hurt other people because he's trying to head off what he predicts will happen that is bad. There was an arc in comics where I think it was a reimagined OMAC project that Batman had designed basically as a check against the other members of the Justice League. And that got loose and caused a lot of destruction. And when you create contingency weapons...
Oh, she's going for the standard thing. Not
those
weapons. Not weapons, Liana.
tend to get
Plans.
used eventually. Because when the temptation...
Yeah, they have to. Because what the fuck happens if Superman turns bad? We get Omni-Man or Homelander or some shit like that. And probably worse, because that guy will then just think, just laser the city. Yeah, you need those contingencies if you want to be careful. That it got leaked is what makes the plot. That's what makes the story.
And even
Then it turns out, oh yeah, it's good that you have that because, well, we are fighting enemies sometimes that can mind control us. So maybe, or otherwise turn us or brainwash us or something. So or make evil clones of us that have the same weaknesses as us. So yeah, it kind of makes sense to think about this shit.
yeah, and even even Superman agrees at the end, even though he doesn't agree with Batman's methods because of what happened. He's like, here, take this box of kryptonite. In case you don't already have a metric ton of it, but just in case, it's like, here, you're going to stop me in case I go bad. It's like, yeah, exactly.
Besides,
what's
that's
negative
just one
about it?
story for Batman. Like,
I know.
Not all of them have contingency plan storylines.
Yeah, but I don't see how that's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
he's not with the Justice League all the time.
Yeah, it's like, Liana, are you one of those women who think nobody should know how to fight so that we can't defend against the bullies that are inevitably going to come for us?
It's the same with you have the Flash, right? Like no one can predict the Flash. Like no one can. Like he's so powerful, he's so quick. Within a second, your whole world's destroyed. And Batman has a basic defense against him, but it's nothing. Like that, all these things have to happen for that to work out. Same with Wonder Woman. If she'll have a heart attack, or her fighting prowess will go so high that she'll get overloaded. There's all these contingency plans that are like, okay, yeah, they could possibly work, but everyone's stronger than Batman. Like every single member, he's just a guy. It makes perfect sense to protect yourself and humanity once you deal with godlike figures. That's not.
He's coming right.
I completely agree with the Flash argument because like Ezra Miller can like pop up anywhere in the US and just beat you up if he wants to.
He could
Not just US.
And take away your kids. Yeah, that's great.
He could
Not just
vibrate
US,
anything.
Popped up in Germany in some woman's apartment, and she told him to not smoke, please. And he went batshit and said, "I created this world," and then some stuff. And like, yeah, you don't want to give that guy any room.
No, that was me.
He actually said that?
Something like that. I'm
What
paraphrasing.
the fuck?
So the
guy's crazy.
idea of planning for bad scenarios is not called paranoia, but she has to frame it in a way that makes sense. So I'm waiting for her to get there.
If she
Since
gets
the
there.
weapon is there, the minute fear creeps in, people use it.
All right. This is wrong. What's the famous American saying? A armed society is a polite society. If I know the
Yep.
place I'm going into has a gun, I'm going to feel safe. because
Liana is not pro Second Amendment. We get it.
Yeah, she's as
Well,
I said,
there's
she's one of
also-
those women who don't want anyone to fight because she doesn't understand what play fighting is and what self-defense is.
She's Canadian, so.
Well, there's also that saying, better to have it and not need it than not have it and need it.
right. You need to be
Yeah.
prepared, and that's
Yeah.
what training is. Even if martial arts is completely useless in your life, it's a form of discipline that if something horrific were to happen, someone pulls a knife or whatever, you at least have the capability of dealing
You
with
have
that
a slim
scenario.
chance of getting less hurt. You have a better chance at getting away. And that's why I tell everyone to learn martial arts. Especially at least one that teaches you how to fall and roll correctly. Because that will very likely save your life. If you get bumped by a car or something else and you go flying, you will less likely break something because you instinctively start to roll. At least one of my friends in my teens got exactly that happen to him. He rolled down a hill, and the crossroads was, you couldn't see the size of it. He was rolling down the hill fast with his bicycle, and suddenly a car popped up from the side, and he donked into it with his bicycle, flew over the car, and naturally rolled off, and had absolutely no scratches on him. He was already a Shotokan karate black belt at the time. He did judo at the time as well, and had he not this in his bones on how to automatically roll off, he would have probably broken his neck.
Yeah, it's
Learn
a lot. It's a
to
lot of cool
roll.
disciplines. I remember a guy who was studying. I didn't grow up with him when I met him in high school. He was doing what is Steven Seagal's martial art again? Aikido.
Great.
Aikido.
You erased it by mentioning
It's
it.
Aikido. He did Aikido.
Yeah,
There's a few styles. The one thing he says that Aikido did for him is that he knows how to, his posture, like he knows how to sit and stand when force is applied to him so it doesn't hurt him, or he knows how to push it around, which is weird because why would you ever need that? But, sometimes someone's being aggressive and you have to know how to get around that. And that's in life, not just like someone grabbing you, but if you're on a motorcycle or you're in a train station or something, and you have to balance yourself. Basic stuff, controlling your body, very important. So
suddenly pots and pans fly at you, and you can just stand there like a wall and be unfazed.
you're in a Jackie Chan movie, all of a sudden, what do you do?
Yeah, but the most important thing really is learn how to fall and how to roll. Because one of the main mistakes we make once we grow up is that we want to save ourselves falling with our hands, which is how most people break their wrists and arms. You need to learn how to fall like a toddler. Just fall on your ass and then roll. Fall forward, turn, spin over your shoulder, over your back, and maybe you even stand again afterwards, instead of breaking your arms trying to catch your fall. This is very important. This doesn't happen overnight. You need to train this for weeks, and then it's in you. Even if you never make it to a black belt, you will be less likely to die from some fucking tripping over your feet.
I try spinning. That's a good dick.
Yes, actually, yes.
A great dick. What?
Great dick, yes.
Okay.
Also a very important.
Suddenly the room is full of smoke. Oh god.
Okay. Anyway, back to Miss Cthulhu.
Is Ezra Miller there?
If ever you learned how to
Compare
punch
this
right,
to
you might punch someone.
I love Superman. Oh my god, the finale of Superman and Lois this season. It was
Oh my
I don't
god.
give a
It
shit.
was starting
so
to
you like
lag
it? So you
that
like it not because of
storyline,
Superman?
but the
You like it
finale
because of the?
was awesome.
Like,
Okay, she's
Yeah.
changing
you
topics.
don't like Superman.
Let's keep
you
going.
Don't like Superman.
I don't care. Wisp, let's not get lost.
She just likes it
Please.
for the
We're gonna be here
romance love
forever.
triangle shit.
Wisp, we're gonna be here forever. She's gonna keep doing this every 5 seconds. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like I just don't give a shit. Like
I
okay,
like
great.
chocolate cake. By the way, my mom makes chocolate cake. I was 4 once. When I was 4, it's like, okay, Liana, we get it.
Yeah,
This
I
is
used
like-
to
this is like
write
not
words.
all-
It's
autism.
really good. And here's the thing about Superman.
Uh-oh.
Superman,
I thought this was
the
about Batman.
reason I love Superman is Superman is sometimes willing to be a chump so that he is not an asshole.
What?
And this is why
Define chump.
Wait, what does that mean? Hold on. What?
Define chump. Woman.
Yeah,
Don't
what
make
is
up words.
chump?
No, that's a real word.
It is, but yeah. Anyway,
What does it mean?
she's off topic. Who cares?
Chump? But what?
No,
what,
this is important to a
what's-
point because Batman is one thing that's bad and Superman is another thing that's good. But apparently, it's something similar, and I think
Trump
she's
is a
just using
synonym for
different
dummy.
word.
Well, what's similar about them? They don't kill. Okay. Is that what
Yeah,
being
but
a
nobody
chump is?
should have laser eyes. They might use them.
Superman allows himself to be a chump. Okay, and that's why Batman's evil. Or an asshole in this case.
Okay.
Superman movie. Not that bullshit. A real Superman movie where Superman is a good guy. Not this fucking Superman turns evil Injustice stuff. Injustice is fine. It's an ultimate timeline. Injustice
No, it's
only
not.
works when we have a Superman who is not a fucking asshole. Okay?
Yeah.
A core to Superman is that he gives people the benefit of the doubt to a fault.
So
And he does this knowing some people
Lots of people do
will
that.
exploit that. Some people will not.
yeah, but he's freaking invincible. Okay, he's not. You know, Batman is not invincible. Okay, he needs to be careful when he does.
He's not
things.
in a corrupt city.
Yeah, if I could fly away from anything and I'm bulletproof and I can lift things with my pinky finger, yeah, I will give people the benefit of the doubt because I don't care. They can't hurt me. And I could fly to their position within seconds and smack them around if I ever needed
And
to.
the worst Batman will do to you if you're
Well-
if you're a petty criminal is tie you up and leave you for the police.
Well, I think she's also forgetting their upbringing. Like, Superman had a good, steady home life. Batman's parents died in front of him. Well, they got murdered. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
Superman's
and
story-
Batman lives in the most crime-ridden city
Yeah.
on the planet.
Superman's story is I'm trying to save people. Batman's like, I have to figure out how to stop people from dying in this gigantic city that is eating itself alive. This, and I'm just a guy with money. What do I do? It's two very complex problems. They're very different.
And it's all too big for the police. And then suddenly these monstrous hero villains. That was a Freudian. Super villains, monsters with strange powers start turning up, like Clayface. What the fuck do you do against that?
nothing. You have to be a chump.
Anyway, we're still off topic, but let's get back.
What is the topic?
Achieve what he's giving them through benefit of doubt. Some people will morally fail. Superman is strong enough and confident enough, again, to a fault, that his worldview is you give people a chance.
Yeah, he
When
can
they
afford that.
betray you, you fix it. Batman is stop
Not
people from
bulletproof.
betraying you by never letting anybody in, shoving people away, and generally being an asshole. And unfortunately, that asshole.
What do you mean with let people in? Superman doesn't let a lot of people in
Yeah, there
to
was
know who he really is.
there was the Selena Kyle marriage arc where Batman lets her in, and Selena Kyle decides to call off the wedding. Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
It's not Batman's fault.
Yeah, and he has Alfred. Okay, that's the standard. He grew up with him, so that's why he trusts him. He lets in and then the Bat family grows over time. But he's very careful about that because bloody hell, it's Gotham City, not Metropolis.
Well, and then he did lose a Robin, so
Yeah, and he
You
wants
just need a new Timmy.
he wants the Robins not to turn out like him, which is this horrific, painful experience he's going through, and he channels that into his work. He's so busy. The facade he has to keep up for appearances is almost like not important anymore, but he realizes he has to eventually go back to the office and go on a date with some model just to make it look like he's the guy who everyone knows. He's the rich dude over there in Gotham who's helping out the people. He goes to galas. He goes to fundraising events. He has to put up appearances. He's busy. He doesn't have time for being Superman-like. Anyway.
Well, that was another thing. Superman gives people second chances. I'm like, well, Batman gives criminals second chances. Like, that's his whole shtick. He doesn't kill them because he believes they can be rehabilitated.
Yeah, and there's stories of those villains, the Rogues Gallery, who are sometimes rehabilitated. And we saw that with the animated series with Harley Quinn. She's working a normal job. Well, not really a normal job, but she has a job outside of crime. So these characters are fixable to a point. They're still broken, but he believes that they can get better. He believes in psychiatry, which is cool. Basic science. There obviously
Mr.
are.
Freeze is the earliest and best example for that.
Right, like these people.
Because he didn't just kill him, destroy him. What he did when he arrested Mr. Freeze was that at the same time he brought a little bit of closure to Mr. Freeze by also exposing the corruption of the guy who created him. Who Mr. Freeze wanted revenge against and wanted to kill. Batman intervened and essentially arrested both.
Yeah, I mean, look at there's lots of iterations of Batman, but look at the Telltale Batman, where there's an arc you can go down, which is the Joker route or the friendly Joker route, where Batman will pretty much choose everything. I want to try and save Joker, to saying he is my best friend, and Joker's like, you're crazy, you're crazier than me, I can't believe that, and that's how it ends. It ends him with Joker in Arkham, and Batman's trying to help him out, which is nuts. But that's one of the other ending is you could fall in love with Selina and all this other stuff. But there's plenty of Elseworld stories and alternate stories of Batman. There's like 10 comics or 7 comics these days of Batman, Detective Comics, that have Batman do all kinds of things. So her idea of Batman is one of a sliver of many. And this is the problem we have with Batman, because I can't even follow how many iterations there are and alternate worlds. And even the fans of Batman go, yeah, we like the classic, the guy who doesn't kill. He's trying to fix Gotham, always trying to find the good in people by saving their lives, never using guns, that sort of thing, as opposed to the one like Thomas Wayne or alternate world Batman that blows shit up.
Or the Frank Miller Batman. I'm the goddamn Batman.
Something like that. Yeah, that's a very violent version of Batman, yeah.
Yeah, the modern like Frank Miller stuff. Nobody wants to talk about that one.
I would understand her argument better if she used, for example, the Punisher or Rorschach. When you try to emulate those guys, you're gonna go down a dark path.
Yeah, those are much clearer understood characters because there's barely any variation with them. Like the Punisher kills, period. Rorschach is freaking crazy. He is like Batman.
Actually, there was sorry to cut you off, Smud. There actually was a Punisher Batman crossover comic that I saw where the Punisher comes to Gotham City and he's about to kill the Joker, about to gun him down, and Batman intervenes and basically says, I'll take him back to Arkham. And the Punisher's like, you know what? F this. I'm out of here. I'm going back to New York. You guys are crazy.
Yeah. I thought when you said the Punisher comes to Gotham, I thought he'd run out of bullets in the suburbs.
Oh, no. He just pick up guns lying on the ground.
Oh, good point.
He'd be living like entire graveyards of people.
Yeah,
but
just
Gotham,
mass graves.
But as we know, Gotham actually is crazy because it's built on some evil magical thing that corrupts everyone and drives everyone insane.
Yep.
So it makes sense to be insanely prepared at the same time.
Yep.
Whole attitude has so infected everything that Superman isn't even allowed to say truth, justice in the American way anymore.
Yeah, but that's the social
that
justice
was the one
fault.
thing I was like, oh, kind of sad.
Where did this come from? This has nothing to do with the topic at hand.
Use the
think
the
it's
more
so
modern
scatterbrained.
DC Comics
Woman,
Superman slogan,
come back
truth,
to
justice,
Earth
and
now.
hope for a better tomorrow.
Batman.
And the reason it made me sad, not because
Why
it's
not?
like,
Why
all
not?
right, cool, they want Superman to be for
Something's
everybody,
in
not
the
just
way.
Americans, but
Ramble, 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 ramble,
the
ramble,
American
ramble.
way.
Can we skip,
Let's
please?
be originalist for a moment.
This is actually
the
like
American way, if
annoying
you
me.
read the founding document, is no longer the embodiment of a hope for a better tomorrow. Tied
Don't
to
give
masculine
a shit about
constructs.
Superman.
Batman is a very different
Okay.
masculine construct than Superman.
Oh, you were
is.
skipping.
It's a
I
different
thought I drank too
masculine
much.
ideal,
Excellent.
right?
We have
I got a plastic
realized
man
that they are different
next to the
characters.
Spectre, next to the Watcher for a reason. All this stuff is placed together for a reason. I don't want people next to each other who might fight.
Okay.
I take this very seriously.
Yeah.
But it's also the DC Comics back in the day when they still wrote stories for adults. And that's a reductive generalization. DC is still doing some good stuff in like
does this have to
the
do with
digital
it?
only comics that have a smaller budget. It's their main things. They want to make money that have so shit the bed. But
I'm not so sure about that.
Plastic Man, they did an arc.
Liana, I'm not so sure DC actually wants to make money with their own characters, because then they wouldn't make Superman's son gay or whatever, or any of the Robins gay all of a sudden, and all of this other shit. I don't think they would do that if they wanted to make money. They're making money because they're selling manga, just like Marvel. That's where the money comes from. So the Japanese are keeping them alive.
All right. Well.
You're full of shit, Liana. You don't know what's going on. And Kadokawa Shoten has just accepted some diversity bullshit into their company. So that thing's gonna go downhill now as well. If you don't write them nasty letters, that they're gonna kill themselves with that. And not just their company, but probably their country in the long run.
All right. Let's keep going.
Where it turned out Plastic Man had a kid. And when he found out, he kind of freaked out and ran away from it. And there was a really good period in DC Comics where they were putting Batman and Plastic Man in scenes together, which worked because they were studies in opposites. And Batman is always best when there is someone to play off of, so he can be all, I am Batman, asshole. And somebody else is, whether it's Plastic Man or Damian Wayne or Superman or Robin, who is a brighter spark,
Damian Wayne's a brighter spark?
What?
Damian Wayne?
Well,
he
doesn't
wants to
he kill
kill people. My grandfather taught me how to kill people. Why aren't we killing people, Dad?
I don't know, Smudge.
Tradition.
Jason Todd, he's pretty optimistic, right?
Okay, no, I get her point, but that's a bad example.
Is the acrobatic parts of the job, whereas Batman's
Scatterbrain,
I hate
man.
everything because I'm very serious, because I'm so smart. World's greatest asshole detective. Right? Damian Wayne was great because he punctured that. I don't use him
Really?
that way well anymore. But, and obviously we're talking about post-Dark Knight Batman. Batman was very different in the Silver Age. Don't say I didn't say that, people. I said it right now. We're talking post-Dark Knight Frank Miller Batman.
It's great that
I'm
after
the
like 10
goddamn
minutes
Batman,
she finally
Batman.
said like which
And
Batman
that's
she means.
the problem. But going back to the
Thank you
Plastic
for
Man
wasting my
story,
time.
there was a scene where Batman said he was really disappointed in,
At least my dinner is
I
great.
guess at the moment he was Eel O'Brien, but in Plastic Man,
How is
because
he doing? Like,
Batman always thought that Plastic Man would be a really great dad because he was fun and outwardly happy, and you find out that that's a bit of a front. That Plastic Man is he's sort of a clown on the outside but crying on the inside kind of thing. And it was a great moment because it was sort of a character moment for Batman, where it was like, well, if you think that's good, Batman, why don't you do it?
are you joking right now?
I'm not sure.
Who
I
the?
say this is anti-autism.
I don't know. Anyway, here's Gingaman. Thanks for the thanks for the 5, Gingaman. Yes, writing for adults back in the day when they were stiffed or stifled by the Comics Code Authority and had to write the most outlandish and ridiculous stories imaginable to get around the CCA until 1985. Good times. I think that's the Silver Age. Yeah, those are some pretty dumb stories for Batman. They were still figuring out what to do with them, let alone other comic book characters. But yeah, no, it wasn't. That's where we got all the crazy, weird rogue gallery people like Kite Man and Condiment Man and all these other weird things in Gotham. But that was Gotham. The whole zany, weird characters in Gotham. Some of them worked, a lot of them didn't. And the Rogues, if you ever find the book with the Rogues Gallery, I think it's an actual book, if I recall. I know I saw it in a comic once, but yeah, it's weird. It's silly. So
I can't wait for the grounded take on Condiment King.
Squirt bottles of mustard. Like, oh my god.
Mustard gas.
I think somebody on YouTube did a video about that. Like, what if the Conduit Man was serious? Like, Zack Snyder's serious?
Oh God.
Ketchup is
I
like
know, it's
super. It's like super duper corn syrup and I don't know, tomato paste.
No,
or
it's acid. Acid.
Yeah,
Acidic ketchup.
acid and mustard gas. That's
Oh
how he
no,
operates.
mustard gas. Jeez.
Mm.
And he's still got the bad puns.
Yeah.
How I've relished this opportunity, Batman.
Okay. Well.
Is good writing. People are not simple. Just because people aspire to be something doesn't mean they have the bravery to actually do it.
Man.
And both Plastic Man's reaction to that fair criticism from Batman, but also Batman kind of it was a complication for Batman at that moment. And the thing is, what I took underneath it is that Batman was expressing disappointment in Plastic Man for a fear that was crippling both of them emotionally. And that was this fear of being vulnerable, this fear of making a mistake, this fear of being wrong or not strong. And, you know, Batman's the last person in the world who should express disappointment in someone else for running away from emotional connections. And I think that was the point. I think that was good writing, not bad writing, because of the blind spot in the character. Because we had spent years before, that might have been Morrison's run on the Justice League. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I tend
Morrison.
not to remember who wrote what, because it all bleeds, which is fine. It's comics, right? But, you know,
it's not fine.
Frank Miller Batman is defined by shoving people away, by being verbally abusive to Alfred, by just get out whenever he has a feeling.
Which
Right.
one?
And
Like
that
is Silver Age the one that has like the Dark Knight Returns? Wait, is that the one? He has released so many that I have to look up. Yeah, it is the one from the 86 or 4. Yeah. I don't remember him being like that to Alfred.
Didn't Alfred
In fact,
die?
like he was like very thoughtful of him. That like, oh, like I shouldn't like cause too much for him pain. Like, very calculative. Like he was like pretty much the only plan to save Gotham City at that point because like the government like fucking gave up on it. They got like so angry at him that like they had to call Superman because otherwise they would look like clowns.
But
like-
Superman's good because he's a chump for the government.
He is very good because he almost died from colliding with like Soviet rockets.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Anyway, Grant Morrison gave us Damian Wayne. Thanks, Grant. That's great.
The opposite of Batman, and that's great.
I think.
But Robin's good. 'cause he's
Killing
optimistic.
people is great.
I'm 4. No, you're not. Or, what is he like? He's like 13. He's like doing backflips and crazy ninja shit. You're like, okay, sure, kid.
makes him an asshole. But that's a truth about, certainly there is this Venn diagram, right, between this modern beefcake masculinity embodied by characters like I'm the goddamn Batman. And
yeah, Superman's not ripped at all. He's not masculine whatsoever. There's nothing masculine about Superman.
I don't think like the Frank Miller comic that she is referring to is like loved by too many people. In fact, like a lot of people regard like the was that like Batman Year One? Because that's the one where he says like I'm the goddamn Batman, and a lot of people like see like how like ridiculous it is. They don't regard it as like a good representation of the character, because like that's when Frank Miller went nuts after 9/11. Hulk joke not intended. But I don't see like where her point is, because like she keeps saying that like Batman is an asshole. But she doesn't bring up like examples of like exactly like the comic book, which implementation of the character that was, which timeline. Like, please be more specific.
Well, has she not seen Mask of the Phantasm?
Yes, what an asshole character Batman was in that movie.
Okay.
Remember when like do you guys remember when like he told the kid that please put away the gun because like it's not to be used and it's a bad thing? That was a really asshole-ish move. And then he hugged the kid. Oh god.
And he falls in love.
Oh,
And he learns to love a woman despite being hit.
That is the
Not
most
to be
asshole-ish
happy
thing I
again.
ever heard about.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
Hawk
makes
corrected
you
me.
happy.
It's All-Star Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder. Okay, that's the one. Not Year One.
That is not for everyone. That comic is a little difficult.
he fights Green Lantern with yellow.
Yes, oh god, that was so stupid.
Yeah, Frank Miller has his moments, and then he goes crazy.
Then he just goes Frank Miller.
And he goes yellow. Yeah. I know.
It's Miller time.
I'm just enjoying this beverage of cool, clean lemonade, Green Lantern. And I painted everything else in the room yellow as well.
Even my teeth.
And he milled on everyone.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
He'd probably paint it with like gold plating just to piss him off because he could.
I mean, it makes sense in the universe, but like it's really.
Okay, we're almost halfway done because we just listened to her droll on about other shit, so it's great.
Word. Yeah.
and being an asshole. And, Dennis Leary wrote a whole song about it that a lot of people got wrong, right? The song, I'm an asshole.
No, stop stalking.
It is a
What is with
self-aware
this woman?
song about being an asshole. And I remember when it came out back in the day, a lot
What
of people
does this
missed
have
the
to do with
point.
Batman? Holy
And
shit.
that's how you could tell they were assholes.
What?
Okay, I wanted to save it for later, but I'm gonna say it right here. Maggie May Fish is more consistent and on topic than whatever this scatterbrain is.
Well, yeah, because this is just one take from what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah.
I think she actually has a script because if you notice, she looks like down and to the left every once in a while.
Yeah, she probably has topics she wants to reference, or like, oh, this comic said this, and she has to remember, so she doesn't stare at the screen in blank face. But I don't think she has a connective argument she's trying to make. She
Yeah,
just,
like, is this what she does now? Like, I don't remember her being this way. This is weird. Like, she usually stays on topic and does her research and uses that number, statistics or whatever in
Who are
order
you
to
talking
clarify what her
about?
point is. I thought that was her.
That was never her. I'm sorry. I don't know what image you have in your
I-
rose-tinted
Maybe
image you have
10
in your
years
mind,
ago.
but
Yeah, like 10 years ago. This is when I used to watch it. I don't
no,
remember.
she lives in a weird fantasy world. She also wanted to play, so like 5 years ago, she wanted to play mediator between the feminists and everyone else, and you can imagine how that went.
Oh, to her room, I assume.
Well, nobody
To the kitchen.
was on her side, because Liana, you're
Call me.
stupid. You're ignoring all the relevant things, the positives and the negatives. She's like an harmony addict, and I think that comes out here in where she has a problem with violence in general.
I'm curious why she thinks Batman's an asshole. Is it because he's serious and paranoid? It's like, that's fine.
Because it reminds her of a Dennis Leary song.
I want to know.
I seriously thought she's gonna bring up like the Wes Willis song. I've whooped Batman's ass. I whooped Batman's ass. But no.
And that's what makes
What
him
an
an asshole.
uncultured cunt.
Yeah, compare this to Iron Man or Doctor Doom. I mean, his facade is pretty friendly. And when he's Batman, he's pretty fair. He doesn't kill people. He captures them. Obviously, he beats up thugs to get them to confess, to get information, because it's more expedient. But he's a vigilante. We expect that. But that doesn't make him an asshole.
He takes an orphan, trains him, and another one, and I don't know.
Yeah, and he's actually sympathetic to some of his rogues gallery, like Two-Face. I know he was like sympathetic to him like in the beginning when he became Two-Face. He was kind of trying to help him, or at least in the animated series, anyway.
Yeah, what was Ace in, was it the King Hearts? What that was the Royal Flush Gang? That was a big pop.
Oh, the girl. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Like,
Ace.
He was like, obviously he knew that she could read his mind, but he wasn't going to hurt her in the first place. That's one of those big dramatic animated series moments. And what was it? Waller gave him the device to kill her, and he didn't. He didn't use it.
Yeah, he even told her he had it.
Yeah.
He told Ace that he had the device, but he wasn't going to use it.
Yeah, so I want to know exactly, like, where is he an asshole? Because I'm sure there are moments where he's like brutally honest and beats someone up and doesn't have time for bullshit.
Yeah, but then it sounds like the example she's pulling from, which is from Batman stories that were just terribly written, you know. And
well, she's saying post Nolan, and the Nolan Batman. I mean, if it's obviously,
does she mean Nolan or does she mean Frank Miller?
Well, anything after the 2000 and what was the last Batman film? 2005? Can't remember.
You're talking about the Nolan movies?
Yeah, the 3 films.
2012.
2012.
2012.
Yeah,
Holy
2012.
shit. Man,
Wow.
that's
Well, yeah, Rises. I mean,
yeah. The Batman in that film is pretty pasted on. There's not much to him.
well, as Hawk likes to point out, he's a faggot in those movies. He always wants to quit because of a woman.
Yeah,
God.
I would have to like go back 10 years and find out what the heck has Batman been doing or been up to warrant this asshole attitude. I don't know.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned the Nolan movies, because Christian Bale just recently said that he would come back as Batman if Christopher Nolan was directing the movie.
Why?
No.
Oh, no.
God, no.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they do.
He has to leave. He has to leave Italy. He has to leave Catwoman behind to go fight crime in Gotham again. Okay. Or is he
really
training
that desperate for money now? Did he
Or
have
is
a
he-
divorce?
Maybe he's gonna train that guy that's named Robin. That's his first name, and his last name, I don't know. Bird.
That was such a bad decision, leaving him in charge. Because if I remember correctly, he didn't know any martial arts whatsoever, and he killed 2 people with a gun, or one
he's
person
a
with a gun.
cop. What?
And the one person he killed with a gun was a frickin' ricochet.
And but you see, that scared him, and he threw the gun away. So that means he doesn't like guns now.
Yeah,
that
Lieutenant No
makes him fit to be
Character.
Batman.
Oh god, like what a memorable guy that was.
He was able to do Batman because of a look. Okay.
Because he's also an orphan. That's why.
Yeah, I still want exact comics post 2012 that we can say, okay, yeah, here he is bad, or a bad version of Batman, or whatever. Just give us a comic.
Is she talking about the Arkham games? Because he can run people over with the Batmobile?
No,
I'm sorry, the Bat Tank.
not
Oh
necessarily.
god, that was hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's, I don't know. The Arkham games are kind of weird, but yeah, no, I want examples. That therefore we can read it and go, yep, you're right. He is an asshole here, but I don't think the average person thinks of Batman and goes, yeah, he's an asshole, because all the kids freaking love dressing up as Batman.
But her point is it makes you an asshole. In what regard? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know where she's getting this.
Maybe she's thinking of the Ben Affleck Batman. You know, I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
Yeah,
that Batman where he breaks down like a little girl because their mommies have the same name. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's lines like, sometimes I park in handicapped spaces while handicapped people make handicapped faces. Maybe I shouldn't be singing this song, ranting and raving and carrying on. Maybe they're right with
All
me.
right,
So
skip
many
ahead.
men
Oh, God.
feel
Holy
the need
shit.
to be an asshole. That's a tough balancing act. Like, I love Dennis Leary's something where everybody else is chewed. I have asshole
Just skip
tendencies.
to
This
the
is
last
gonna be a very
slide.
short video.
Oh, it's okay
But
when you
that's
do
Did you
it.
hear that one? Did you hear
Not
that
a
one? She
piece
said,
of
"I have
my identity."
asshole tendencies."
And too often, people
really?
make things that are
She said
tools.
that. Back it
People
up.
make
She
things
says,
that
"I
are
have
performance,
asshole tendencies
not
myself."
identity. Asshole tendencies. I can
Oh,
turn them
just a little
on
bit.
One more.
and
A
off.
little bit more.
Asshole
One more,
tendencies
yeah.
myself.
There, she
But
just said
that's
it.
the difference. I'm aware of those asshole tendencies. I can turn them
And Batman's
on
not.
and off.
That's what you believe, Liana.
Are you sure about that?
Batman can control his emotions to the maximum, pretty much, because like he was like so
It's called-
disciplined.
Yeah, it's
Like
called
we
stoicism.
have to believe that this lady can do it better than Batman.
Now, if
Yeah.
you look at the
Now
Batman,
that is science fiction.
like I like to look at JLA heroes. I like to look at individual hero runs on their comics, because the JLA is just a whole other world where all the heroes sort of are together, and Batman's like aware of like aliens and shit. So his understanding of his job is no longer just about Gotham, because he has to deal with Darkseid and all this other crap. It's when he's in Gotham, that's all he is. Then it's like he's focused and grounded. So if you see him in the DC was it animated universe, whatever it's called, the AU, he's a lot more chill. He's a lot more reasonable, because there's other scenes with like 6 other heroes, and they got other scenes. He just has to do the thing that he's known for. Whereas the comics, which I think she's referring to, post 2012, we got to know where she's going, because I don't know what she's doing with this. Is it the Snyder films? I don't think so. I think she sort of turned that off for the first few minutes. She said, nope, it's not that, because she didn't like the Superman depictions. So I just need a reference, and then we can go, oh, thank you, Lana. We'll read it. So we're not thinking she's crazy and inventing this straw man of a Batman. We're like, where is this caricature you've made? Anyway.
It is a tool, not a piece of my identity. And too often, people make things that are tools, people make things that are performances, part of their identity.
Liana, what you're mistaking is, like many women and many immature people, like all these SJWs, is that you mistake stoicism for being an asshole. When you are constantly in threatening situations, you will need to be stoic, or you'll go crazy and die.
Yeah,
It's not being an asshole.
I'm watching this anime which I stopped watching, or a manga I actually tried reading, called High School of the Elite, or something like School of the Elite, and the main character is just completely stoic. Like, he has some emotions, but he's just like super smart. He gets 50% on all of his tests, which is kind of retarded, but he's that smart. He's that smart. He's that strong. He's above everyone else, and he knows that, and he doesn't want to show off or else he'll get noticed, and he doesn't want stress. He doesn't want any of that crap happening in his life. And the plots are stupid, but there's nothing wrong with what he's doing. He's not hurting anyone. He's just not personable. He's not like trying to get people's numbers and hang out after school. And that's fine because he understands what's going on. He's one of those elite guys who are super smart, as opposed to the girls who are always trying to get your number and be friends with everyone and have a clique and be protected and defensive if something happens, something bad happens. This is a typical trait, as I said, for detectives. They're stoic, they're contemplative, they're very, they see far ahead, they try to reveal the truth. And it takes willpower and deductive logic. So you can't go around going crazy and emotional all the time. So we need to say, what is he an asshole about? Is it personal life stuff? Is it when he deals with Robin? Is it when he deals with people in his facade life, when he's Bruce Wayne? I don't know where she's getting this. So,
Smud, real quick. Gigaman wants to be on for the rest of the video.
Are you sure, Gigaman? This is kind of. I think we're going to finish this pretty quickly.
If you keep skipping ahead, yeah.
Well, there's
we will.
nothing. There's nothing here. She's just. I was
It
an
reminds
asshole.
me of this song. It reminds me of my teddy bear. It reminds me of my own.
Yeah, I don't know what she's
No,
talking
the
about.
difference between her scatterbrained rambling and autism is that an autistic tangent still has something to do with the actual topic and comes back to the topic, and then the topic continues.
Anyway,
She's just lost in a maze.
yeah, let's.
I do like the fact, Smud, that whenever you skip, it's her finishing saying he's an asshole. Skip again, he's an asshole.
Anyway.
Smud's an asshole.
And
She
when
just doesn't
someone
like the
is
romance in
saying,
Batman.
I'm an
Because
asshole.
that's all
I'm
she
an
likes about
asshole. I don't
Superman,
care.
apparently.
I'm an asshole. Well, you do care. You do care very much.
So he's not an asshole?
Citation,
and the mark
please.
of an asshole is people too afraid to admit they care. And that's unfortunately, I'm the goddamn Batman in a nutshell.
Where?
Oh
Where
my
did he say
God.
this?
And this doesn't mean it's bad to like Batman. Okay? If you like Silver Age Batman, like some of the stuff Neil Adams did and stuff like that, that's awesome. You know, if you like Batman, the animated series, or the Justice League Batman, or Brave and the Bold Batman, those Batmans aren't assholes. You know, even the Robert Pattinson Batman, because it's the beginning, right? I had real issues with one of the scenes in the Batman. And I'm hoping that, again, it's the beginning of an arc. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I struggle with the idea of the sort of the most intense, the climactic intensity moment of the film, Batman shooting himself full of drugs and almost killing a guy.
Okay.
I hope that was intended to be a mistake. 'Cause if it wasn't, we're back into asshole Batman.
Why?
Well, but that was. I'm trying to remember why he took that. He was shotgunned.
Yeah, he was
He's
shot multiple
almost-
times.
Yeah, he was about to pass out, I believe, and then he injects
Yep.
himself with that drug in order to save Catwoman.
That was
Yep.
the Batman movie, right? That just came out.
Yeah, the Batman.
How does that make him an asshole?
That was a last. That's like a last precaution, just in case of.
Yeah, but
Batman.
what does that have to do with being that's injecting yourself with behavior changing drugs to stop an enemy.
I
How?
think it was
Because
like
he was
more
almost
like
gonna
adrenaline.
Kill
Really.
the guy.
Yeah, it was basically
Yeah.
adrenaline, or people are theorizing it's the Bane venom or whatever, but there's no evidence of
Could
that.
be.
With his brain.
Yeah, we don't know.
They do make mention in the movie. It's not, right in the front, but they do say that there is a drug circulating Gotham at the moment. I think they called certain junkies drop heads.
Right, the start of the
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that it? I don't know, but
He's worried that's
It
his
was a last
primary
resort
use
moment.
yeah,
and
it's
Exactly.
that Batman was not very competent in the first place.
you can't point to an empirical drug and say this makes people assholes and saying, well, yeah, that's a drug. That's not the personality of the person making choices. That's the drug affecting his brain.
Yeah, plus he was like that for 5 minutes.
But I think her argument is that why even have the drug in the first place?
He was about to die. What the hell?
No. Just this is what I don't understand. Just having the drug at all, just as a safety precaution, I guess.
Thinking far
in case
ahead.
If you were about to pass out, I don't know.
Having contingency plans makes you an asshole. Apparently, who knows?
Oh, okay. Right, because you should just have superpowers
and be invincible. Yeah. Super fast. You can read minds and go through objects and fly. Yeah, all that stuff.
You shouldn't even use money. Capitalist pig.
What a horrible, horrible villain or anti-hero, whatever Batman is anymore. He's just an asshole.
And you're an asshole because you watched the Batman.
An asshole.
I bet you she's just looking for the romance. That's why she likes Batman.
I don't know. If she's going back to the psychological, Batman can't find a partner logic. I'm like, what? You're missing the point. It's like, you know what? Rorschach really needs a wife. If he only had a wife, he'd be fine. You're like, no, he'd still be
a wife that can't tolerate the smell.
The smell of blood in between my fingers.
Beans, cold beans.
He'd just be a whore like his mother.
Oh my god. Anyway,
there is a difference between recognizing you're afraid of things and validating that. And
Batman conquered his fear from a very early age. He jumps off buildings with a rope that's not even connected to anything at the point.
Courage means that you know what you fear and overcome it, that you act anyway. You act despite of your fear. It doesn't mean that you do not have fear, Liana.
One of his villains has a gaseous fear toxin that doesn't bother him as much as other people do.
Because his greatest fear is being scolded by his father for being a failure.
And he conquers that every time we have a story. We see that in the games, we see that in the comics, we see that in the shows. Yeah, he trips out for about a minute, and he's like, "What? This isn't real. I'm Batman." Boom, done.
Yeah, like in the Arkham games.
Yeah, that was trippy. That was cool.
Yeah.
What was the worst?
First couple times they did it.
When you have trauma and you have managed to overcome it, there are very few things that can phase you.
I think in the Nolan movies, wasn't he afraid
that has cut such a deep wound in you?
Plus, in the Nolan movies, wasn't he afraid of bats too?
Yes.
As a kid, yes.
That was
as a kid.
That was a weird trip.
He overcame that.
Was that the Nolan films, or was that in the?
Yes, it was in the first Nolan.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think it was in one of the. I think it was not Tim Burton. The one with Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Because he's dating. Joel Schumacher. Yeah, he was dating Nicole Kidman's character, who was a psychiatrist, and he mentions seeing a bat in his nightmares, a giant bat.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. I think they even had it in the deleted scenes, like the giant bat, like they tried to animate it or something.
It was in the movie.
Was it? Okay.
But during that scene, like it's like slowly approaching the camera. I watched it fairly recently.
Or if we're talking about Zack Snyder, there's a giant man bat that comes out of nowhere.
That's what the Batman movies need, they need man bat.
Oh yeah, let's bring that villain in. Yeah.
Wasn't that the first episode of the animated series?
No.
It was early on, though. It was early on, wasn't it? They brought in Man Bat?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, the second one was Two-Face. I remember. Or sorry, no, it was the
Joker,
Clayface. Thank you.
Wasn't it?
That was they broke the budget. They went crazy on that second episode. So well animated.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I don't remember.
Denying you're afraid of any, and so your fear actually controls you. And there are so many people that embody that Dennis Leary line. Maybe they're right when they tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, shut up about Dennis Leary. Oh, you see, man.
Wait, so if you don't have any fear, that means your fear controls you?
I don't even bother. Wisp, don't even.
That's
logically,
levels of,
that is logically impossible. Just stop.
She's Maggieing.
Oh boy.
That aggrievement. Guys who were, and it's not all guys. You got the Marjorie Taylor Greens and Lauren Boeberts of the world, right?
What?
These women exist. There are some in Canada
Guys.
as well, but let's face it, most of my audience is American. That's why I use American references. That's the only reason. If I say Candice Bergen, you think, what, the actress? No, there's a politician up here named Candice Bergen.
Yes.
Liana,
What are you talking about?
You know, it is.
Liana,
I like how
Actually,
Strange is like, we're
some-
supposed to know what that means.
I know who
Liana,
Candice Bergen is.
if
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Liana, if vaccines actually cause autism, get vaccines until you get autism, because you fucking need it to stay on topic.
Smud, do you know what she's talking about? She's referenced your
Exclusively
people.
A man
Well,
to be
I
so
guess she's
afraid of
Canadian,
being
too.
wrong that you'll walk around actually being wrong instead of admitting you're wrong. But it is something sort of tied to this particular I'm the goddamn Batman
What?
style masculine ideal.
What does that mean?
Right?
What is she
At
talking
some
about?
point
She's
that-
still talking about
that stopped being
All-Star
a
Batman.
flaw.
I can't believe this.
In the writing of Batman and started being a defining characteristic. Which is really unfortunate because
Liana, you're a great example of why any kids, especially boys, and especially autistic kids, hate sitting around when women talk over coffee and biscuits.
Okay.
Because they talk like you, and then there's 5 of them, and it doesn't stop for hours until your mother or aunt or granny takes you back home. Because by then, your brain is completely fried by whatever nonsense noises you made that you think were speech and conversation, when it's all just babble, 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 babble,
Okay.
babble, emotion,
So-
babble, emotion,
so
babble,
the-
babble.
All-Star Batman came out in the 2000s, and she's talking about post-Nolan, which is 2012 and after that, right? So which Batman is she referring to exactly?
I don't know. She just keeps saying I'm the goddamn Batman, and that's a line
Yeah, but that's just like
you
a
can
meme.
attribute to anything. It's like I'm the goddamn anything.
Right.
Whatever.
That's a meme like, I do this, I do that, but why did you do that? I'm the goddamn Batman. It's like, yeah, because you can do whatever you want.
All-Star Batman Panda came out in
I don't
August
need a
of
reason.
2016.
No. That can't be right.
And then she's talking how it connects to hyper masculine traits. It's like, what traits?
Okay, it's a different one, but they name it the same way. Oh god.
What are the traits that she's talking about? She hasn't even given examples of those. Being assertive? Is that bad?
According to her.
Anyway, let's try to get it to a point here that makes some sense, as I'm a little bit confused.
can't admit their fears, end up embodying the very thing they're afraid that they are.
What are you talking about?
Right?
That's
If
any
you are
person.
terrified
That's not
of
men.
your anger,
Okay.
you end up all bottled up and you end up exploding, which means to the rest of the world you are the very thing you're terrified of. You walk
Such as?
This is real armchair psychology.
I don't know what this is.
She's making this shit up out of her cuffs.
Yeah, I don't even
She's
think-
never read an actual book about anything.
Bottling up your fears over your own anger? I'm afraid of being angry? What?
This is some expert level gaslighting here. Like it's just Batman has a
She's
problem.
gaslighting herself.
Is it like the Incredible Hulk? Like I'm afraid if I get angry, I'll hurt people or something? Like
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry.
I wonder what she thinks about the superhero Daredevil. You know, the man without fear.
is he a chump or is he an asshole? Yeah, which one? What's going
He's
on?
both because he's blind.
I don't know what she's talking about anymore.
That reminds me of the blind guy that sings lots of musical numbers.
Wait, Charles?
Stevie
But he's
Wonder.
black,
Stevie
which
Wonder.
reminds me of Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah. Luke Cage is blind and black. Okay.
No, the office black.
Okay. I need a drink after this. This is
Even
so
Daredevil could see that one
I'm
coming.
surprised you're not drinking now.
I was so chilled out. Now I'm just What is happening? What is she talking about?
And to believe that she's your neighbor.
You watch
But
she
this
be
has
like
not-
down the street from me. Like, oh god. Hi, Liana.
Smud's gonna go for a walk and he's gonna see Liana. And he's like, "You."
I'm gonna go to Tim Hortons
asshole.
for my
You want
coffee.
to go to beach?
I know this Dennis Leary song about assholes.
I was watching your Smudcast and it reminded me of a Dennis Leary reference.
I was walking down Queen Street. I needed to get a coffee at Tim Hortons, and I saw Liana K talking about Batman. But I was
That
scared of
reminds
my
me
own
of
anger,
Liana
so I
K.
turned around. Okay, that's great.
Around a state of unhealthy emotion because you're so afraid of being angry.
What?
Instead of going, okay,
Are you
I'm angry.
projecting, Liana?
I'm going to admit I'm angry, so I put that anger in the right place. I'm going to admit I'm angry so I can figure out what I'm really angry at so I don't take it out on the wrong people. And there's
Yeah, Liana, you know what that is? That's part of stoicism. That's part of stoicism. Because when you're adult enough, when you're mature enough, you understand that there's a difference between anger and wrath. Anger is just unidirectional, random explosion, usually in the wrong place and in the wrong directions. It's just venting. It's what little kids do. Wrath is directional, precise, aimed at a target like a laser. That's useful if you know how to use it.
Oh,
It's a difference.
Wisp, did you
It's
know
something that you don't understand.
Did you know that Xenoblade was it Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced last week?
Yes, please don't talk about it.
Okay. All right, just
Why not?
Well, I do know Wisp loves Xenoblade and Asura's Wrath, so I was like, okay.
But Batman is an asshole, guys.
I know.
Dennis Leary wrote the song.
I'd rather listen to Wisp
You
talk
are
about
not going to
Do
distract me.
you
with
guys
that.
remember that like Dennis Leary wrote a song about this?
I actually hate that song. It's such a dumb song.
I don't even know it.
It's not worth listening
I'm
to.
gonna listen to it
Yeah,
so I can
it's-
hear
It
it as well.
reminds me of the Dennis Leary book that he wrote, Why We Suck.
And I actually like Dennis Leary, but I just like, oh, it's so stupid.
What just made you think of Xenoblade?
Because you were talking about Wrath, and I was like, oh, Asura's Wrath. And I was like, oh, yeah. Xenoblade's a happier
Now,
time.
back to
No,
9/11.
you're making strange connections. Well, okay.
I mean, I guess this is a Canadian thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know what she's on about. Let's try and find
Is my autism rubbing off?
something. No, I think she's surpassed you, Wisp. She is far beyond all of us.
No,
mortal
that's
men who aspire to be Batman, but we're all assholes secretly, and we can't control our emotions, so we have to shy away from getting angry at the world or something. I don't know.
Ah.
Is this surprising that we have a woman talking about emotions who actually doesn't understand emotions?
Well, from a man, yeah, or a fictional man.
Yeah, about men's emotions. That's the weird thing about it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
walking around now who use words like annoying because they can't admit even to themselves that they are frightened, angry, or feel violated, right?
Who?
Because those are
What are you talking
a
about?
weakness, right? No, they're
Liana,
What is going
thing
on?
is- Liana, when you work, for example, when you work with actual victims of really horrible crimes done to them, the first rule is to teach them to not use words of victimhood for themselves. So, for example, number one, to not refer to themselves as victims. There are other words for that. This whole survivor thing is going a bit into a ludicrous direction because, of course, they always take it too far. But that's generally the right idea. You can refer to yourself as the targeted party or wounded or damaged, but never as a victim. Because wounds can heal. If you refer to yourself as a victim, that is an eternal state. A wound, however, can heal. A target can change. And that's that. So to actually refer to yourself as just irritated or frustrated is a better way to deal with these things than just saying, I'm angry. Because the words we use to describe ourselves also shape ourselves to some degree. So to not indulge in these really extreme and plump words actually helps manage these emotions and turn them into something more useful, something more productive and less harmful to the self and to others. You're literally an armchair psychologist with absolutely no credence.
Okay.
At least come to the level of an armchair psychologist who actually has read a
she
few
doesn't have the
things.
vocabulary to talk about psychology.
It's not just a vocabulary.
Yeah, but you actually have to study the
It's a
topic.
complete comprehension of these things. She's just talking out of her ass.
She thinks people are scared of their own anger. Like, what does that even mean? How do I get scared of my own potential emotion I don't have?
I don't know. I think she's just projecting. Because I don't know if maybe she killed her hamster or something in a rage fit.
I'm scared of being happy or sad after I eat the steak. I don't know what's going to happen to me.
I'm scared of being scared.
I don't know. This is weird.
Hi,
Anyway.
Gingerman.
Okay, now I'm good.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to
Took
be
you
here.
so long, jeez.
You really don't want to be here. Anyway.
It's not that.
Okay, well, let's start from the beginning.
No.
Keep going. Continue. Get through with
This is
this.
painful.
No, they're not. And I don't know when it became not okay to be angry.
Skip.
This is of men. There's something with the
What about men?
demonization of anger,
Skip.
but it's a true
It's you women who
logician
Holy
is
shit,
never
she
angry.
realized that
and
stoicism
keep
is a
in
thing.
mind that idea is not a feminization, a different artificial construct. It's what people
Skip.
think.
The
Actually,
more you skip, the more
might be
nonsensical it becomes.
bipolar, might just be somebody who like fakes a breakdown. So it was not the fake Holmes
what women do.
method. Sherlock Holmes' entire deal is one of empathy, which is why, or it's they're
Help.
fan fictioning no character, right? So that's the afraid of being wrong that we deal with. People
You're
make
just
their
projecting your
names.
woman problems
That's
on men.
Wrong. Someone makes their name on a. That's true intellectual pursuit.
What?
Why I'm aware of my ass.
It's getting worse.
So it's wrong.
Did she just say I'm aware of my ass?
Is connected to a terror that you will
I don't think he
appeal
does squats.
that is worthy. Sometimes Batman is the better to follow. I could go on a whole tangent of three.
No!
You're already
no,
different examples as well. But you get into this idea of this
So wait, Batman is
one
good?
ideal
I don't
archetype.
understand.
Back, that doesn't mean elements of the Christian framework is a much better
Christian friend.
than Batman is.
What
Because
Christian
Superman
film? Sorry,
all
Christian
over the
Bale.
place because there's something about Batman that encourages supervillain. The whole thing behind Superman, they can to make the world better. The only way you can do that is to give people benefit of the doubt.
this what LSD feels
algorithm
like?
that prevents suffering. I think the escalation theory in Batman deserves some
That's
consideration.
why Batman doesn't kill the
Back.
Joker, you bint.
And that's
I'm
why.
the
Will you be back?
goddamn
Will I be back? Will I be you? Ba 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 ba.
Is it buffering for anybody
Thing with
else?
Superman. They do this in the Wonder Woman movie too.
Oh, Smart is just
It's
skipping
not
and
him
skipping and
punching
skipping.
somebody.
And it's getting
It's
worse.
the confidence.
Wait, Wonder
Okay,
Woman does punch
getting
people.
literal
What the fuck?
slings and arrows.
She punched that dumbass in the end.
Oh
Right.
my god.
Do that. Know when you have to pull punches.
I don't get what she's
I,
talking
I,
about.
and I had
That
to
comes
come
with
in
strength.
when you
Smart
started
is
This is
killing
screaming
me.
the
things
re-
I perceived
a good
as
time.
small. Perceived
and I came in
as
for nothing.
thought was fair is basically this wasn't.
Well,
how
you
it
would have
was
came in for
said.
nothing from the beginning anyway. So.
Take a punch without retaliating. You know, I wasn't an asshole there. Batman goes out of his way to, and then it's sort of, well, no, it wasn't me, it was this. Oh no, smartly, you know, the OMAC thing. It all
If
got
only
out.
it was
Everybody had to
9/11
clean up his
Monday.
fucking
We're
mess.
almost there.
Focus enough
Yes.
on inspiring better.
I have a headache.
And so again, this doesn't mean you can't like Batman. This doesn't mean Batman isn't cool in a lot of ways. But just make sure you understand what is a strength and what is a weakness in Batman, so you don't accidentally act like an asshole by being the goddamn Batman. Look at some other characters.
How can we be the
Different
goddamn Batman?
Yeah,
degrees of
Liana,
masculinity,
my
and
parents
instead
are
of
alive. I'll never
dismissing
become
them as
Batman.
Blue Boy Scouts. See that there's a place for that.
Is she like one of those manosphere people who's like teaching boys to...
No. Oh God, no.
It sounds like she's trying
The
to...
Manos is laughing at her because she's retarded.
I don't know. I can't... Like, what is she doing?
You know what? At least
She's retarded and thinks she has a brain.
At least the
She thinks she's saying sophisticated things. She is the embodiment of pseudo-intellectualism.
at least the Superman video we did a while ago, why Superman's the worst hero of all time. At least we could have fun with that, disproving the guy's points. This is just insanity.
Well,
I mean,
I love that
skipping
Hawk is losing his mind in chat.
That's why I say that this is
Losing his mind
insanity.
in chat.
That's why I say this is insanity. It brought us to the point of skipping like every other 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, we have.
By the way, chat, I'm responsible for this video. By the way,
Yeah, we have.
this is all me. This
we,
is all my
Thank you,
fault.
boy.
we have a minute left. We're almost done. Well, at least
Peter, have you seen the whole thing?
No.
Why would you do
Then
that?
why did you bring
got,
this here?
I only got like 7 minutes in.
okay. Let's finish this off. We got 30, whatever seconds.
I fully watched the
at
videos.
least,
I
now we
suggest.
can ban this person from being.
Yes,
Dude,
is
broadcast.
he in blacklist,
30
please?
minutes long.
Blacklist.
You want
Blacklist.
a world that's less scary. If you want a world
Why would
You're
you want
not
to blacklist this great
constantly-
intellect?
trying to fend off
You wanna watch
people,
other videos as bad as
stabbing you
this?
in the back, screwing
Yes.
you over, if you're sick
you're
of all
insane.
this toxicity,
I know.
the world needs more
You chose to come
Superman
here.
and less
No,
Batman.
No, that's when
Batman.
you need more
And this is why I work
Batman.
in superhero archetypes.
No, Liana, you fucking idiot. That's when you need more Batmans, because Batman prepares. He's cautious. He does not get stabbed in the back because he actually thinks through the situation and analyzes the people correctly. That's why he doesn't get stabbed in the back unless when it's really, really, really extreme. Superman can't be stabbed in the back because he's invincible.
Unless it's with kryptonite.
Yeah, fuck off. Batman.
I'm not wrong.
If you don't want to be stabbed in the back, you have to think like Batman. That's a fucking problem. You have never been abused, Liana. Otherwise, you would understand that. Bloody idiot.
Okay, we're almost done.
Ready? Okay. Hopefully some of you enjoyed this video. Help support.
Memes.
Money, donuts, coffee.
First question before
No.
we end this. How many chocolate oranges out of Maggie is this?
10.
10.
It's melted.
Negative
I
0.
think it's 2
melted.
Trudeaus and a Candace Bergen. How's that?
I can accept that.
Does anybody know if this cat is a real thing?
It's hopefully her cat, or unless she's a crazy
That
cat
is
lady.
your question?
No, she's got a cat. I think it's like
I
in some
wa-
of
I
her
want-
older videos.
Yeah, I want to see
Maybe
the
she
cat.
ate it.
All right, guys, it's meme time
Maybe
because
the cat
that's,
killed himself.
that's the only fun we're gonna
I
have.
wanna
This
do
ought to
the-
be fun.
At least let me do the memes.
All
I
right.
joined in too
I've
late.
noticed a pattern about Manly Monday. Yeah, it's on every Monday. Thanks, Hawk.
Yeah.
Batman just tries to outsmart everyone. Yes, how silly of him. He should just out-retard his opponents instead. That'd be great
Oh,
if it was like, what is the Mixelpidalic? And you have to do the opposite of everything to beat him? No? That was a Superman villain, I thought. But yeah, okay. You have to do everything backwards, say everything backwards. Whenever these people go over a rich superhero, they use their money to save the world. What assholes, am I right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what
Horrible.
assholes? Yeah, totally.
Horrible people. Absolute monsters. Joe Crazy, it was you, Barry. Oh, I'm not going to play it. That's a great one, but I'm not going to play it for obvious reasons.
Oh my god, it's almost like a mirror image.
So Liana says we can't have contingency plans. What are we meant to do with evil Superman? Whisper charge and ask him politely to stop.
No. Use lager.
Mm-hmm.
That will melt him.
No time to be a chump, old chum, when I'm this high and this pissed. Holy rigatoni, Batman! The Justice League of 20,000 Fathoms. Robobat Wayne Unit, 1940.
Wayne Unit.
Oh my god! And Alfred's a robot, android, something. What do we got here? Cretaceous Wonder Woman. Oh my god!
She's a dinosaur.
What the hell are these?
Your head display is
I don't know. Scaly fan art.
Yeah, Batman is not Superman, and that's okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And now there's going to be fanfics of a robot and a dinosaur falling in love.
Biggie Cheese.
Oh, no.
What's up, guys? It's Biggie Cheese. Sure, this is the suicide prevention hotline.
Put the gun down, Biggie.
What is that even?
Woman just womaning Smudcast. What the?
Oh no!
The chat
red
during
wolf memes.
Smudcast based. I love Hulk. Hulk is awesome. Okay.
Yeah, they were talking about the Hulk in chat for a while.
Oh, really? Just sipping lemonade. You know
I wonder
why?
why.
Because it's yellow. I am the goddamn Batman.
Yes. Damn weakness to yellow.
Yeah, we did a stump.
Damn it. Electromagnetic spectrum that lands on yellow everywhere I go.
Yo!
Oh, dear.
The honest train of thought. I don't think it's a train.
Oh no!
It was more like a bean bag that you bounce on and just goes any direction. It's just boing, 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 boing.
Is that
But
from the
it's a
new
swarm
Mission
of
Impossible movie?
bumblebees.
Examples of Batman being a kind man. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Eating popcorn.
Too small.
Hmm.
Here, obviously this is the Alex Ross painting.
Ah, yes, Alex Ross.
Oh, that's
stuff.
nice.
Beautiful stuff.
Oh, Cassandra Cain.
There she is.
The most underrated member of the Bat family.
Yeah.
Well, the comics at least, yeah.
In the comics, yes.
I have a very short attention span. Oh, look, a Dennis Leary song. What was that about? I'm a little concerned. Liana?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good response.
I just listened to that song. It's a bunch of crap.
It's a
Oh,
bad
God.
song. It's a really dumb song.
It's really bad.
And Dennis Leary's a smart guy, so I don't know when he did that exactly in his career, but
Maybe when he had cancer. That's why the album was called "There's No Cure for Cancer."
when he was in that
Liana's
Spider-Man
train of thought did not make the 88 miles per hour.
set.
so here's the Daredevil beating the crap out of Sabretooth when he was really angry.
Really?
Last time I recall, Sabretooth could throw
I think
a
it is,
pistol.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he fought Sabretooth when he was really angry. So yeah, there you go. Daredevil can fight big scary creatures. Because of hearing this, Dennis Leary, no cure for cancer will give you cancer. Yeah.
Oh, hell no!
Here is
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know what this is actually.
Why?
Yeah,
It
that's,
reminds me of Jaden Smith's Batman.
Is
Oh
that
God, no.
yeah, I thought
You sure this isn't it?
there he is. Oh,
I think this is Jaden Smith's Batman.
yeah.
It is.
It is.
Cool.
Music video.
Whatever he's doing. How is Batman real if your eyes aren't real?
Oh. Oh, nice.
What the Sony Pictures
So-
released Spider-Man 4 on May 6, 2011. Poor Toby.
I was barely here. Give me a break.
Yeah, I know. People are very strange these. Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Tobey Maguire pain.
Hi, Huck here. Just letting you know that I recently bought a pretty cool pregnancy pillow for my girlfriend. I know this has nothing to do with the topic, but neither does anything Liana has to say all video.
Yep.
A pregnancy pillow. What is that?
Got him!
Is this a 9/11 reference?
Ouch.
Oh, God.
And then the next one.
Is this a Red Dead reference?
You're sure this? It's not from. It's at least not from Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Bruce ain't swole enough.
Yeah. What culture comics 8 times Batman was a total jerk? Okay.
He's the fucking Batman. I don't know.
This is Superman is having coffee.
And then peaks. Oh no!
It looks through
What is-
Batman's cape to reveal his.
That's
What?
shush. Shush.
Okay, that's weird.
The less we acknowledge it, the better.
Thank you, Rone. That was special.
He's wearing a G-string.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of equipment stored everywhere, so he's got to make room. Whoa. Okay. Jesus. I don't know what to say. Liana, you need a man in your life, and if you don't, get more. Or if you do,
Would you say this is a clickbait title? Because I don't know why she wouldn't title it just random thoughts or something.
I don't
That would have been
know.
better.
I don't know how to deal with this. This is
Instead-
like
Saying Batman's
Stream-
an asshole and then
this is like
going off
a female
tangents.
stream of consciousness thing that doesn't help anyone. I don't know where she was going with this. I don't know what.
Nowhere.
There
She
probably
didn't know.
there probably is an argument. Like if you want to look at specific comics where Batman acts like a jerk, which probably wasn't the best thing to do at the time. And then you can look at the writer and the when the year was published and what he was trying to accomplish and why. And I'm sure we can make a top 10 list. There's so many examples of Batman doing everything over the years. But what would you get from that aside from, yeah, writers did Batman dirty here and there because he's not very heroic, he's not very nice, or they were just having fun and they wanted to have like a goofy little joke where Batman plays a joke on Alfred or one of the mobsters or whomever. That's, bad writing, good writing, whatever. Makes you laugh, doesn't make you laugh. That's just how it goes. Past 2012, I don't know. I really would have to point me in the direction. I'll read a comic and maybe Batman's being a dick. Who knows? But I do know that kids love Batman. They love dressing up as Batman for Halloween. They love the films, they love the movies, the animated series. They love the toys, the comics. Some of them obviously not for kids, but some of them are. Batman's an icon. We're never going to get rid of him. Maybe give it another 100 years or we give new heroes. I don't know. I don't know how this works. But it does not work the way Liana has described. So, ouch.
She's still blacklisted though.
Is she?
Is she blacklisted?
We'll see.
I don't think so.
Please.
I don't know what to do
Please.
with her. This is
No, I mean, are you gonna blacklist her?
No, I
She's not
actually want to talk to her because she seems like someone you could talk to. Like she'll be chill.
She's not evil. She's just dumb.
She's just a scatterbrain. That's all she is, really. This is all this
Smart,
was.
please don't put it in crazy.
No, she's just scatterbrain. She's just scatterbrain. That's fine. I think that's fair. I think that's
That's still not a good thing.
well. No, she needs something around her to ground her in whatever thought process, like another person or a topic that's not tangentially related to her life, because that was just a mess.
That was all over the place.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's an antagonistic.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's...
She just needs to talk more with real humans.
Maybe the past 2 years drove her crazy. Yeah, Toronto can really mess with you if you're not careful. So,
Especially if you don't go out to the beaches.
You should know, right?
oh yeah, there's lots of weirdos out there. They're friendly, but they're weird. So,
Like you.
Thank-
It's not encouraging,
Just like
Smud.
me.
I was gonna say, thankfully you're not one of them that we know of.
You know, the more you get to know someone even romantically over the months, you're like, you're freaking weird. Like, how the hell did I wind up with you? I think everyone says that eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I said that about my cat.
yeah, maybe. Anyway,
Museum, my
guys,
cat.
I would like to hopefully have an anime day because we missed it yesterday. But obviously,
Yeah, well, what's going on with those? Nobody wants to join for those?
well, yeah, you gotta really get people involved. to talk
Not
about
enough
it.
weebs.
Well, no, we do have enough people
Weird.
on the auxiliary channel that do love anime. I know that, but
Well, to be honest, like the options that we had were extremely uninteresting, to say the least.
right.
And on top,
Like, talking about Miku by some VTuber is
And on
not
top
really
of
my
that,
forte.
on top of that, all I know is Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
and you wanted to watch this video, Mark.
I mean, like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was
a lot
better
of-
than the
Yeah,
other
who-
ones.
yeah,
I
who-
swear to
who
God,
brought- Who brought it here in the first place?
In
Oh,
what
well,
way?
technically that was me, but you know,
Yeah, it's your fault then.
but Mark supported me, so
yeah, like
You're-
from the
it's
outside,
still-
like
it-
without
it-
watching the video, it looked more interesting than talking about Miku.
Mark.
That's what I was doing on the drive home. I was like, okay, it sounds dumb, but at least we can laugh at it. And then I came out and just like, what the hell?
Look, if you're committed enough, you can make a joke out about anything. So there should be no excuse for we.
Yeah, here's my joke. She dumb.
9/11.
All right, guys. Well, keep
Woman.
the sessions coming. Please do keep in mind anime. If you want to recommend more anime suggestions, go right ahead. But yeah, enjoy your evening. Have a good one. It's great weather where I'm at. Sun is still outside. You know, it's great. But I guess we ended a bit early, so not even 2 hours. So anyway, thank
Wow.
you for sticking with us this long. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great time.
Dennis Leary.